Hi Naveen, good morning.
Hey, hi, both. Good morning, very good morning. We'll start in another 2 to 3 minutes. Is that fine?
Okay.
Thank you. Good morning, all.
Morning, Naveen.
Yeah.
Good morning, Naveen.
Yeah, very good morning, one and all. So today, the reason for combining two batches is we are going to discuss about first the financial accounting part, because which is prerequisite to do any module, right? We need to have what exactly the basic concepts of accounting. I know pretty well that you have already done with those, already have experienced, same time you have learned in your academics. So, but just I would like to show you the reasons why and what. Majority you know, but still I just want to refresh those basic concepts. Clear? Why again ours is a completely technical part, ours is completely this one. So why we need to go with the manual accounting? Why we need to do? In the sense, as I mentioned, it's a prerequisite. So whenever we need to understand the business process of the customer or client, then definitely we need to have knowledge on basic accounting. Clear? See, majority people, what is the problem? Again, I'll tell you, whenever we start the course, we'll say that anyone or everyone can attend SAP FICO classes. We'll say that. And in COVID time, I'll tell you what happened is in almost all the organizations, right? At the time of COVID, they have recruited as a campus placements, right? And as a freshers, majority they have recruited from engineering colleges, engineering students who are from different CSE platform, electronics branch, right? They have recruited, right? Because they're having a technical knowledge of computers, right? Business process knowledge they didn't have, right? Even though they got 1 month of training on the concepts of accounting. Clear? So see, that's the reason we say normally everyone or anyone can attend this SAP FICO course, but not exactly. The people who doesn't have the knowledge on these three prerequisites, that is nothing but your financial accounting part, your cost accounting part, and management accounting part. For to learn FI, we need to have financial accounting knowledge. Not in depth, at least 15 to 20%. You need to understand why something has been debited, why something has been credited, why something is showing on the P&L account debited, something is showing on the P&L account credit side. Something, why it is considered as a current asset, something which is considered as a fixed asset. Why current liability? What do you mean by long-term liability and a fixed liability? So that is a mandatory thing what we need to understand. So here majority people who are recruited from non-accounting, non-commerce background people, majority organizations are facing facing challenges. So probably you would have you would have heard about it. People who are the company Accenture or Capgemini have recruited people, freshers, and they have terminated. What is the reason behind it? 2020, they have recruited as a placement, they have recruited engineering students, and they have given n number of trainings on accounting and other things, but because their base is not accounting, right? So whatever 5 years we have learned, 5 plus 2 years, 7 years, we have learned accounting concepts. So that can't be dealt in 10 to 20 days or 2 months or 3 months. So majority days from 20 to 22, 23 starting till they were in bench itself. And even though they are assigned to any projects, they were doing the end user activities, not consulting activities. And the starting of 23 March. So almost all majority companies has terminated because of their capability, because of the students' capability, freshers' capability, because they have made a statement stating that people are, even though we have provided number of trainings, people are not able to understood those trainings, right? Because of that, we are terminating them from their profiles. So after recruitment to joining, See, now they are not considered as a BTech student, even though they are a BTech, but they don't have a technical knowledge because they have recruited as an SAP FICO consultant, right? Not as an SAP basis or SAP ABAP, right? So they after 3 years, see, they can't mention what is the project. If they mention the project in their resume, then again, they need to work as an SAP FI consultant or a CO consultant or FICO consultant. But again, the same story will come back. Clear? So that's the reason. See, even though majority people, we are from accounting background, like we did our intermediate plus 3 years of our bachelor's and 2 years of our master's, right? Probably whatever is there in the book, whatever our trainers trained us, we will know that much. But the problem is once we are done with those, because we normally, our brain and our exercise will be trained in that way that whatever there in exam, we will train on that only. Once it's done, probably we will forget most of the basics. Clear? So that's the reason even I saw majority people who are good at their technical and everything, but when it goes to like they are in implementation project, whenever we visit the client place, so whenever we need to try to understand the business process of the customer, right, then this particular problem occurs. Because we need to configure GL module. We need, as a consultant, we need to configure the GL module, and we need to train them how SAP entries will work. In entries, whatever manual entries are there, that how it's going to work. Over there, we call it as a debit and credit. Here, we call it as a posting keys of 40, 50, whatever. I'm taking an example. So we need to explain them why this particular transaction or account is showing on the deb 40, posting key 40. Why this particular GL account has showing as in 50. So we need to understand the manual account of debit and credit concept. What exactly account? We need to understand what do you mean by ledger? What is the nature of the ledger? Why it is showing in the balance sheet? Why it is showing in P&L account? Why it is showing in your trading profit and loss account? Clear? That concept we need to understand. So these, again I'm reiterating. See, whatever time we are having now, 10:30 to 12:30 or whatever, max 1 o'clock. See, we are not going to cover maximum, but this way we are every alternate week or the other week, as soon as we are going to cover some modules, right? Few batches are in there. They're almost all finished, AP and AR modules, right? So for them also it is a refresh, and for few batches we are going to start the GL module soon. So for them also it would be a useful session, because the classification is very, very important. Clear? So we are not going to restrict only for one particular week or something else. So almost all for every alternate week or the other week, we are going to have one accounting session, either morning or the afternoon, because it's not possible in weekdays. Clear? And probably next week or the other week, we will have a 2:30 session, right? One session again, we will have at 10:30, because we have students from other countries also. Probably for them, it's not possible to attend in 10:30 session. So again, 2:30 or 3 o'clock session I'll conduct. And in that, we will have this manual accounting complete. Whatever FI requirements are there, that I'm going to cover in this. Is that clear? Any questions before I start?
It's clear, Naveen. No questions from my end.
So here, what are the first, again, I have reiterated a number of times. First, we need to understand what do you mean by an account, right? First, the first concept. What do you mean by an account? Accounting. This is the first concept we need to understand. Accountancy, right? And we need to understand the most important concept, debit. Majority times we were discussed in the sessions, credit. Next one, we are going to discuss the basic concepts again. As I'm saying, basic concepts. And after that, we are going to discuss about classification part. Classification of accounting. So here, I know everyone, majority people knows about it. What do you mean by accounting? Account. So before that, we'll talk about debit and credit. So majority knows what is debit and what is credit, right? So now, can anyone answer? What do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit? What is debit and what is credit? Whatever you know, because we have already
Debit what comes in, credit what goes.
debit
Debit
what
what
comes in
goes
and
out.
credit what goes out. But those are the rules of an account. If
Yes.
it's a debit what comes in, credit what goes out, then again someone will say debit the receiver and credit the giver. And the other person will say debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and profits. So those are the rules actually. Debit and different accounting rules those are. But before that, I need to understand what exactly the debit, what exactly the credit is.
Credit amount which we receive in future, like someone has taken some goods for us, and they will pay that amount in future. And debit amount is those amount which we receive.
What do you mean by debit amount? I didn't understood. You're calling something the credit amount and debit amount. What does exactly the mean?
Credit amount which we receive in future.
So you are calling it as a debtor and creditor concept or debit and credit concept?
Debtor and creditor, sir.
I'm not asking debtor, even though you are saying debtor and creditor concept, that's incorrect.
Okay.
Yeah, because here I'm
Right-hand
asking
side
not.
of an account is debit.
Sorry.
The right hand side of an account is called as a credit.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you mean by an account?
It's a language of business.
Exactly. See here, we already
represented in a form of T.
I'll tell you. Yeah, thank you. So here, first of all, we need to understand debit and credit concept in the sense, we need to understand exactly what exactly the account is. What exactly account is, we need to understand. Clear? Then only we can say, again, it's already, I have repeated any number of times, but still consider it as a refreshed. Account is nothing but, again, I'm taking the same example. In our organization, 4 people are working. In your organization, 4 people are working. 1 person in AP, 1 person in accounts payable, accounts receivable, GL, and the other person is in payments, right? So, for example, you are in AP and you know Telugu. You know Telugu, only the language you know is Telugu. And same time, the person who is working in AR, he knows only Hindi. Apart from Hindi, doesn't know any other language. And the person who is working in GL, he is from Maharashtra. He know only Marathi. And apart from Marathi, he doesn't know any other language. Okay. And the person who is working in a payments team, right? He is Gujarati. He know only Gujarati. Apart from that, he doesn't know any other language. But here, the payments team will do the payments, whatever reports generated in AP. Correct? GL reconciliation will be performed. GL person will be performed the reconciliation activity, whatever entries are posted in AP, AR, and other modules. So here, if at all any issues in between the postings or anything, so how these people can communicate? As I said, that AP knows only Telugu, AR knows only Hindi, the other person, GL knows only Marathi, and payments only knows the Gujarati. So how they can communicate? Is it possible to communicate? Yes, no, that's it. Hello?
No.
It's not possible, right? Because again, if I'm facing some issues, I don't know your language and I can't convey you. Because whatever thing I know, okay, whatever language I know and whatever language you know, which I doesn't know. So here, again, language, what do you mean by language? Again, I'm coming to the other one. What do you mean by a language?
Communication.
It's nothing but a communication. The way we are maybe a oral communication, a body language, verbal communication, or anything, but we try to communicate the opposite person. We'll try to communicate the opposite person. The language is a mode to communicate from one person to the other person or one person to many. then that is considered as a language, right? Same thing. What do you mean by an account? Right. So same thing. For example, as I said that Tamil is one language. Okay. Two people are there in Tamil students in our class, and they know only Tamil, and we are from, for example, we are Telugu. I'm just taking an example. Okay. So for example, we don't know, apart from Telugu, we don't know any other language, right? And these two people are exchanging words in Tamil. Can we follow as a Telugu? Yes, no.
No,
Please.
no.
No. Why? Because whatever words they know, probably we don't know. And whatever grammar and all, whatever we talk, so that we don't know. That's the reason we are not able to follow whatever discussions happening between these two people. Same time, two Telugu people or any other language people are there. Okay. And one Tamil person is there. So here, this particular person doesn't know apart from Tamil any other language. And we are exchanging. These two people are exchanging words in Telugu or any other language. Will this person follows? Will this person follows? Yes, no, that's it. I need responses.
Sorry.
No,
Yes.
no.
No, right?
No.
No.
Why? Because these, whatever language these people knows, whatever communication these people are doing, probably this particular person doesn't have a knowledge on that. Same time, two chemistry students. Again, I'm taking chemistry students, and we are accounts students, right? And I don't know what is chemistry terminology, seriously speaking. Okay, and these two people are exchanging their communication like H2O, HO2, SO, SO2, or whatever it is terminology, chemical terminologies they are using, right? Only these people will follow because they know that particular terminology. Can an account student can follow that?
No.
No, absolutely not, right? Same time, two account students are there, and in between one chemistry student is sitting. One chemistry student is sitting. So as a chemistry, we said that
Trade balance.
paid rent 10,000. So what language is this?
Accounts language.
Sorry,
Accounts language.
it's not accounts. It's normal. What is this? Paid rent.
General.
Everyone will understand, or only these two people will understand?
Debited rent is account language.
No, I'm asking paid rent. If I said paid rent,
It
everyone
is
will
general
understand.
terminology.
It's a general terminology. Everyone will understand or not?
Yes.
Everyone will understand, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I wrote here
Debited rent.
So can someone read it out, this particular one?
Purchase account debtor to cash account 5,000 rupees.
Purchase account
Debtor to cash account 5,000 rupees.
5,000.
It's not debtor, debit.
Yes, never ever pronounce it as a debtor. Again, I'm reiterating. Debtor means a person, right? Never say it's a, whenever you are writing a journal entry or a transaction, here you need to consider it's an account, general ledger account. It's a ledger account. This particular ledger account has been debited here in this particular transaction, and 2 represents credit. I'll tell you what is the reason 2, right? And this particular ledger has been credited. It's not a creditor, right? Never ever use in the terminology of ledgers debtor and a creditor. Again, debtor and a creditor also are ledgers. So don't
Personal
use this. Understood, right? So it's not a debtor, it's a debited. First thumb rule. Next one, purchases account debited to cash account. Purchases account debited to cash account. So here, by looking at this, as I said that when paid rent, chemistry students can understood this particular statement.
Yes.
So they will understood, they will follow, because okay, we are paying rent by cash or whatever it is, right? When I wrote this particular thing, purchases account debited to cash account. Okay, well, chemistry students can understand what is this debit, what is this to. Will they follow? Why this 5,000 has been written 2 times, even though we have paid only once? Understood? Are they going to follow this? Yes, no.
No.
No, right? See, here I am using Tamil, Telugu, Tamil, right? Chemistry, accounts. So what are Tamil, Telugu? Those are human languages. Again, I am reiterating, language is nothing but the mode of communication, right? The people who know the words, who know the grammar, right? Vocabulary, only those people will understand this particular language. Again, I'm telling human languages these are. Right? Even the body language also include in human language only. So when it comes to chemistry, that is a part of science. Part of chemistry is a part of science. So what is science here? Science is nothing but, what is science? Science is nothing but, it's a systematized body of language. What is science? Science is, again, I'm reiterating here, science is a systematized body of language. Again, I'm telling, it's a language. Science is also a language. What kind of language it deals about? It deals about systematized body. Systematized body means what? It could be not only human body, any body. It could be an electronical body. Like if you said television, the complete set television, when you are going to call it certain television, because all the whatever insert, picture tube, whatever filaments, whatever it is there in that, then it is becomes a complete body. Your fan, your refrigerator, your a tube light, your AC, right? Same time, you what we call trees, right? So that complete thing it studies about, science studies about, science explain about. If one electronic student, 2 electronic students are there, they're talking something about chips, right? Binary language, binary codes. Do we follow? Only the person who is having a knowledge on the binary codes, right? Electronic chips and all those people can easily communicate. They will understand. But as a non-electronic student or non-computer student, we can't follow that particular language. And they are able to communicate with each other. If they are able to communicate, then it is nothing but a language. But here, when I said, as I said, science, right? And here I'm talking something about account. Science will have some sort of rules and regulations, principles. Okay, the person who knows that rules, regulations, principles, right? Only that people can understand this science. Same time, when I say account, what is an account? Again, I'm telling account. Account is a language of business. Right? Human languages, we will have a grammar, words and all, right? Here, it's a account is a language of business. First thumb rule, account in the sense people will say bank account, this account, that account. No, account means it's a language of business. Clear? In that, why we calling it as a language? Because why you have debited this purchases account here? On what basis you have debited purchases account? What does this mean actually? Purchase account debited to cash account in the sense, what does it mean actually?
Purchase goods in cash.
Purchased goods for cash, right?
Yes.
Purchased goods for cash, 10,000 or 5,000. Right. This particular statement will understand by everyone who knows English. If the person doesn't know English, probably he won't understand. Right? Purchased this particular, then we have written like this journal entry. This is a transaction. We call it as a transaction. The statement we call it as a transaction, right? Happening of an event, right? What do you mean by transaction? I'll tell you that again. What do you mean by transaction? Happening of any event for money or money's worth. Then that is considered as a transaction or event. Okay. and we wrote in the form of purchases account debited to cash account. Why we have debited purchase account here? Why we have debited? If I take this one, paid rent 10,000. So what would be the journal entry for this? What would be the journal entry?
Rent account debtor to
No
cash or
debtor.
bank.
No debtor.
Rent account
Debit.
debit
Yeah,
Yeah.
rent account debited,
and cash or bank account credited.
cash or to cash.
Rent is a nominal account.
1 second, 5,000. So why we have debited rent here?
It is a nominal account.
Okay.
Debit all the expenses and losses.
So so we are applying some sort of rules, some sort of principles. Clear? So that is the reason we are debiting rent account, and cash account comes under why cash has been credited.
Cash goes out of the business.
So which accounting rule you are applying?
Real.
Real account. What is real account?
Debit what comes in.
I'm
credit
not
what
asking
goes
the rule. First, I need to understand what is real account.
Debit
Real
shows
account.
liabilities, credit
It's
shows
only about
assets.
the goods, I think.
1 second, 1 second. Someone
Debit
sings.
Debit
Sorry?
shows liabilities, credit shows assets.
Debit shows liabilities.
Liability in the sense, I mean, cost.
What is real account? That's the reason I'm asking, because I know pretty well.
It
You
deals
know
with
the
assets-
rules.
It deals
Sorry?
with assets and liabilities.
Sorry,
It deals with assets and liabilities.
real account deals with liabilities. Are you sure?
Sorry. It deals with real
Goods.
Sorry, it deals with
Goods.
assets,
only assets. Whose
Only
assets?
company assets.
Business assets, whatever. Yes,
Business
correct. It won't deals with real account, won't deals with the liabilities. Again, I'm reiterating. Real account deals with only business assets or company assets. I'll tell you what is personal, real, and nominal account, but still meanwhile, try to understand this concept. Clear? So here, I know that purchased goods for cash, we return it as a purchases account debited to cash account. Why purchases has been debited in this particular account?
So receiving the goods.
It is an expense.
It's
It is an expense as per the nominal account.
Why
Expenses should
it's
be
an
debited.
expense?
We are receiving the goods.
So it's an asset, right? Goods are nothing but your asset,
Yes.
right?
Asset comes inside the business.
Yeah, assets are coming into the business, right?
So it is debit.
So as per real account rule, it is debited. So purchase is an asset or an expense?
It is an
Incomes.
asset to the business.
It is
It's
an
an
asset to the,
income.
Business.
okay, good, very good. Asset to the,
Business.
perfect. So assets where we will show in our financial statements?
Right side of the balance sheet.
Balance sheet. So do you
Credit
show,
side. Credit
show
side.
purchases in balance sheet anywhere?
No.
No.
You only, you
No,
people,
no.
you people said it's, yeah. Tell me.
We will show this one in assets also.
Not also, where you will show generally if you have a purchases.
In the
So
P&L.
whether it is for
In
trading,
trading account.
P&L account.
What is
In trading.
trading account rule? Thumb rule? Why you are calling it as a trading account? What do you
It is
mean
a
by
raw-
trading
raw
account?
Purchases.
Only buying or
we
and
do
selling.
purchases we always do as a raw material to the business.
No, I'm saying goods, right? I'm saying goods.
Goods in the form of
I'm
raw
not
material.
mentioning anywhere as a raw material, right?
Mhm.
Purchased raw material, I didn't say. Then why we are showing, as you mentioned, it is showing a trading account. I said, why it's an asset, right? You are purchasing, it is coming in. So why don't you show in your balance sheet? Yeah, I'll accept. Whatever you said is perfect. Purchases will show either in trading account or a profit and loss account. I'll accept. But what is the rule of trading profit and loss account? Which accounting rule trading profit and loss account follows? And which accounting rule balance sheet follows?
Rules.
Got my question?
In balance sheet, we only show the physical assets. We
Not physical asset, current assets also will show, right?
In
We are
P&L,
going
we
to
show
show
nominal.
only
Yeah,
current
purchases is also physical asset. You can show the stock, right?
No, it is current accounts only.
No, where you will show?
Nominal.
In trading account only.
Why?
Debit side of trading account.
Sorry.
Debit side of trading account.
I didn't get you.
But at last, it is closing stock in balance sheet only. That is
No. What is the, I don't want to confuse you people more. What is the rule trading profit and loss account follows? Which accounting rule it follows?
Nominal accounts.
Nominal. What is nominal account?
Nominal
Debit
accounts?
expenses, credit
Total.
gains.
A bit
It should-
louder.
Debit
Debit on?
expenses, credit gains.
It deals with expenses, losses, right? Incomes and profits.
yes,
So as I
yes.
said, purchase is an asset for you. Goods you are purchasing, it is coming in. So it's an asset. Then why you will show in trading account? When it deals with expenses and losses, your trading profit and loss account. Got my question? See,
Yes.
trading profit, as you said, trading profit and loss account follows the nominal account rule. Then I asked, what do you mean by nominal account? Nominal account is nothing but which deals with expenses, losses, and profits and incomes, correct? Then, as you said, purchased goods are coming in. Then it's not an expense, right?
It's
If it
trade.
is an asset to the business,
Then it should be shown in balance sheet, right? Why
Means
you're
you
showing
mean
in
to
trading
say
account?
there is only two rule, one for expenses and incomes and another one for
It's not an expense, right?
assets and liabilities, correct?
See, I'm asking, is it an expense or asset? Tell me that's it.
It's an asset.
Then why you're showing in trading profit and loss account? Somebody said it will purchase will be shown in trading account, right? If it is an asset, normally,
Yeah,
as per
yes,
my
yeah,
accounting knowledge,
yeah,
what
it
I
is.
my lecturer told me, all assets should be shown in balance sheet, and I am following from my intermediate first year onwards. And now you people are my teachers, and you are saying purchase is an asset, but still we need to show in trading profit and loss account. Now I'm confused.
The one which has future value can be treated as asset. So this will,
Everything will have a future value.
I mean, like raw materials, it might be turned to finished goods or something,
That's
or
what-
the goods which
Closing
we
stock.
purchase might
Closing
be
stock,
used
correct?
for some other
No,
finished
see
goods.
here, my statement is this: purchases goods for cash. I'm not sure whether this is a raw material. See, I'm an accountant. I'm not working into plant. Correct. So I have received a transaction or an event stating that purchased goods for cash. So I need to post the entry. So, and I have posted the entry, purchase account debited to cash. And after that, I need to post into the ledgers. I have posted it, right? And after that, I need to prepare my trial balance. I have prepared. Now the question I got, because my lecturers right now who are there in front of me, they are saying purchases are in assets because the goods are coming in. Correct? I'm not sure what kind of good is that, right? But according to my experience, what I learned is, if I post that into trading, then trading account follows the nominal account rule, all expenses and losses. And all assets are not supposed to be posted in that. Correct? It should be posted in balance sheet asset side. That is on the right hand side. But why now? Tell me, understood? Hope you got my point. It could be anything. It could be a raw material. It could be, see, it's not, there are two types of businesses we deal with. One is manufacturing concerns and traded concerns. What do you mean by manufacturing concerns? Manufacturing concerns will buy the raw material and they will make it as a finished goods and say they will sell into the market. And what is the traded businesses will do? They will purchase the finished good in one market and they will sell into another market. So I'm working as an accountant in where the traded business is there. Hope you got my point. It's no raw material here. So if I considering it as a raw material also, then where I need to take, if you say trading profit and loss account, then absolutely as per statement, what you said, it's an asset. Then I'll say we are not supposed to take in trading account. As per the trading account, P&L account, it follows the nominal account rule. Correct or not? I'll tell you the clarity, I'll give you the clarity. But before that, if I say rent, you will definitely say it's a P&L account because it's an expense. We are paying it. So rent account debited to cash, rent we are paying. So nominal account debit all expenses and losses. So we are, but here purchases, again, I have a confusion. Because when we purchase, as per the real account, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And real account always deals in assets of business or company, whatever you call. Hope you got my point.
You repeat, sir?
The thing is, see here, if I say rent account debited to cash account, rent account debited to cash account, so directly we'll say that we are paying rent, right? So that rent is nothing but an expense. So that's the reason we will take in as per trading either profit and loss account, because those follows a nominal account rule, correct? And here I said purchases. Purchase nothing but goods are coming in. So real account, it's an asset. Goods are coming in, it's an asset. So as per the real account rule, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So when we purchase goods, goods are coming in. So it's nothing but an asset. So why we are not showing in our balance sheet?
I mean, day-to-day business transactions done within a 1 year.
Is subledgers, no, sir?
So
Don't go with the subledges part. Yes, sir. Someone was saying something.
yeah, Naveen, day-to-day business transactions done within a 1 year, that is repeated business. So that's why we are not showing.
Those are nothing but current assets, right?
Yes.
Within 1 year, if I make it a liquid, then it is nothing but a current assets.
Yes.
Correct
Yes.
or not?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Then, okay, wait for 5 minutes. I'll come to this again. Okay. Hope don't get confused with this. Just I want to just check, because normally we will 100% correct. That should be shown in trading account purchases. No doubt about it. But only the understanding of classification part is a problem here. Clear?
Yes.
So
Yes.
here,
It's
account,
according to sections, no, sir? We
not
won't-
section, nothing. No, in intermediate, we didn't learn any sections. Or in bachelor's degree, we won't learn any sections.
Yes.
Clear? I'll give you the clarity 100% now. So
Okay.
what do you mean by an account we are discussing here? Account is a language of business. Language of business. Okay. So here, this particular language of business, which is in capital T form. Any account will have, which is in T shape or T form. Which is in T shape or T form. Okay. It has two sides. It has two sides. Any account will have two sides, correct? One is left-hand side. Left-hand side. And right-hand side. Right-hand side. Right, left-hand side and right-hand side. Remember this. The left-hand side of any account. The left-hand side of any account. Remember this. The left-hand side, any account I'm talking, any account in the sense, any means any, that's it. Left-hand side of, can we mute it someone? If people are not talking, kindly mute it. The left-hand side of any account is known as the left-hand side of any account is known as debit side. debit side. Okay, which is abbreviated as, again, which is abbreviated as DR, which is abbreviated as DR, debit side. And right hand side, so sorry, it's a left hand side of any account is known as debit side, and the right hand side of any account is known as credit side. Credit side, which will be abbreviated as, what it will be abbreviated? CR.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Understood? DR, it's not a debtor. You need to understand this. It's not a debtor. Right? Account is a language of business, which is in T form, right? T shape, capital T shape, and it has two sides, left hand side and the right hand side. Left hand side of any account is known as debit side, which will be abbreviated as in DR. And the right hand side of any account is known as a credit side, which is abbreviated as in CR. Any questions in this? Now understood what do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by an account?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Correct? So what is, if someone asking you what do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit, don't give the rules. If someone asking us our name, then we will say our name itself. We won't say what is the reason for given this particular name to this particular body. Right? What is debit? What is credit? The left hand side of any account is known as a debit, and the right hand side of any account is known as a credit. Any questions on this?
No.
But I have a question. According to my knowledge, whenever we are giving an abbreviations, okay, then that should be there in the spelling debit. Okay, I know D is there. I have taken D, and from where you bought this R. Okay, I can understand CR. In credit spelling, we have a C and as well as a R. Okay, from there it is bought. We have taken from the spelling only. But in debit, we don't have a R, right? That's the reason till now you people are pronouncing it as a debtor. But if you are pronouncing any entry as a debtor, you are doing a bundle mistake. Because as for me, debtor is not, debit is account left hand side. Debtor is nothing but the person who owes, who need to pay us. He is an asset to the business. Both are different concepts. That's the reason I'll stick to you. Hope you remember. If whenever we read about the entry transaction, I'll say, don't call it as a debtor, debit. If you go and same pronounce in front of your client, okay, in your exam, in your college, whatever we did, it's okay, fine. But in real-time environment, if we go and we mention that in your client, then definitely we'll understand. So you don't know, we don't know the basic concepts. The difference between debit and debtor, credit and creditor. So hope you got my question. Why?
Yes.
Then why DR? From where I took this DR? Not me. It's following from ancient.
Is it debit received and credit received? R means?
No, it's not a debit receipt or credit receipt. Okay. Again, this is a question. Just park it right now, and or you try from year end. But I'll go with the next one. So here we have, I use the term called account. Now you understood what do you mean by an account? Yes, no. Debit,
sir.
credit, you understood?
Yes, sir.
So what do you mean by accounting? Again, we'll come with the other part. People normally will ask you, what do you mean by debit? What do you mean by, sorry, what do you mean by accounting and accountancy? See, accounting, this is very important to understand. What is the difference between account and accounting? See, accounting is nothing but the process of learning. The process of learning. We never call it as a chartered accounting. We never call it as a chartered. He's a chartered accountant or he's working in a chartered accountancy firm, not chartered accounting firm. He's working for chartered accounting firm. No, we won't call it accountancy firm. So what do you mean by accounting here? The process of learning. Okay. Whatever, in intermediate, you will start learning accounting, right? So that's the reason in your books also, it will be written it as a financial accounting, management accounting, cost accounting. They never mention it as a management accountancy, financial accountancy, or cost accountancy. Clear? So the process of learning, probably in intermediate or in your bachelor's or in your master's. So total 7 years you spent trying, right, to learn this, right? So that particular part, we call it as an accounting. Learning of account is nothing but an accounting. Okay, so this is called the process of learning. All the rules and everything we will learn here, right? So this is one. Any questions on this? Any questions? Understood what do you mean accounting?
Yes, yes.
Right. Next one, accountancy. What do you mean accountancy? Whatever we learned, what we will do, we'll try to implement in our real time, right? Whatever things you have learned now from last 7 years, what you will do, you will join an organization as an accountant or senior accountant or SAP consultant or whatever it is. So what you will do, whatever rules and regular principles you have learned, you will try to implement in your day-to-day work. Okay, then that is considered as an accountancy. What chartered accountancy accountants will do? The firm call it as an accountancy firm, but what is the thing they will do? They will apply whatever things they have learned from their accounting, they are going to implement in real time. Then that is considered as an accountancy. The implementation of accounting is called accountancy. Any questions here? Accounting and accountancy.
No.
Right? So here again, when we come to, as I said, that basic concepts, we will see few concepts here. So if you understand them, then definitely this particular thing you will understand. If you understand this particular terminology, okay.
The art of entering the transaction is called accountancy, correct?
Sorry?
An art of entering the transaction is called accounting or accountancy or something like we learned in our commerce background.
That's what the art, in the sense, what do you mean art?
Means in the process. It is a process you are saying?
That's what art is, nothing but you are learning something, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So here, when I say basic concepts, what is the concepts we are going to deal here in the sense? Okay, very important. You know pretty well, but still I am reiterating for everybody's benefit. Okay, for example, if I use first terminology, I'm using it as an Proprietor or owner. Owner, okay, proprietor. Who is a proprietor?
Owner of the business.
Correct, perfect. Owner of the business. Owner of the business. Next one. Capital. What do you mean by capital?
Investment to the business.
Investment.
Brought into the business.
Investment by the owner in the business. Correct? Whatever amount invested, amount or whatever was invested by the owner in the business. Clear? So is it a capital, is it an asset or a liability?
Liability.
Why?
Liability.
Because one or the other day we want to repay.
As per
Who has to
business,
repay?
Business.
The organizations should pay to the owner.
Organization. Why organization need to pay?
as per business
It is
entity
liability.
concept, owner is different from the
They have
business.
taken from
Exactly.
the owner.
See here, I'll repeat. Sorry to disturb. So here, what do you mean by this in the sense? Actually, we have a different concept. We are going to discuss each and every concept. Okay, we have a concept called business entity concept. Business entity concept. Business entity concept. Clear? What do you mean by business entity concept? Says first accounting. If you are going to start with accounting, first you need to learn this thumb rule, business entity concept. What do you mean by business entity concept in the sense? First thumb rule, owner is different from business. First thumb rule we need to remember whenever we are doing accounts, owner is different from business. Okay. Owner is different from business and we will do accounts in business point of view, not owner point of view. Clear? Whatever accounts we are going to do, that is not owner point of view. That is nothing but business point of view. And remember this, we will consider business as one person in this particular transaction. Owner is one person and we will consider it as a business as a one person. Okay. And one more. So remember, I'll again discuss what do you mean by persons here. How many types of persons? Clear? Then here owner point, what we said, the accounts will be prepared in business point of view, not owner point of view. And same time, whenever we are doing accounts, we need to consider ourselves as business, not owner. Right? So whenever we are doing accounts, we need to consider ourselves as business, not owner. Understood? So here, who is giving money to business? Business in the sense who here? We need to consider ourselves as a business or a company. We need to consider ourselves as a business or a company, right? And what owner is doing? Owner is giving amount to us to do our day-to-day activities, in the form of capital or investment, right? What is our prime responsibility? Whatever amount we are taking, we are receiving from the owner, whatever amount we are receiving in the form of investment or a capital, whatever amount we are receiving. Okay, what is our prime responsibility as a business or a company? At the end, we need to repay back to owner, right? At the end, we need to repay back to whom? Owner. Clear? Something which we need to repay back. Something which we need to repay back. Then that is considered as a liability. That is considered as a liability. Clear? People will try to confuse us in interviews or somewhere. Again, I'm telling you, your own amount you have invested in your own business, right? You didn't borrow it from anywhere. Okay, then that is considered as a capital. Okay, then why you are showing in your balance sheet as a liability side, capital as a liability side? Because your own amount, that is, you didn't borrow it from anywhere, not from single NP. Okay, you're not borrowed from anywhere, but why you're showing it as on the liability side? Clear? Your answer should be simple. When first thumb rule, business entity concept. What business entity concept says? Whenever we are doing accounts, right? Business and owner are two separate entities, two separate persons. Entity is nothing but a recognition. Two separate recognitions here. Okay. And whenever we are, and always we do accounts in business point of view, not owner point of view, second thumb rule. And third thumb rule, whenever we are doing accounts, we need to consider ourselves as a business, not the owner. Clear? Naveen started business with cash. In the sense, I am not supposed to consider myself as a Naveen when I'm doing accounts. I need to consider Naveen is separate person and I am the separate person. I need to consider myself as a business. Right? So whatever amount Naveen is giving to me to do day-to-day activities, what is my prime responsibility? At the end, I need to repay back to him. I need to repay back to him. Clear? Something which we need to repay back, then that is considered as per the rule. We will consider it as an liabilities only. Clear?
Okay,
Any question?
So one thing, Naveen, sir, no, just a normal question. So if you have not taken the amount from anyone, so
Correct.
Naveen is not there. Okay, so Naveen is only invested amount from his pocket. He did
Correct.
not borrow from anyone.
Correct.
So he does not need to pay to anyone. So he just invested in the business.
Correct.
Then how that will be considered as a different? I mean,
See, that's what I'm saying, right? See here. That's the reason I said Naveen is invested amount in the business, but Naveen is giving amount to business. What is
Okay, okay.
Naveen expectations at the end?
Yeah, profit.
Profit, something he need to get back, right?
Yes.
He knows pretty well that it's nothing going to come. Did he
Yeah.
invest? We know that we are not going to get a single NP at the end. Are we going to invest?
No, no, no. Yes.
Absolutely not. Correct?
Yes, yes.
So Naveen is expecting something, but here I am not Naveen, I am business.
Okay. Yeah,
But
got
I
it.
am not investing, my business is not investing its own money on the business.
Yes.
Business is getting from Naveen.
Yes, got it. Got it.
We are doing accounts in business point of view, not owner point of view.
Got it.
Clear? Any
Got
other
it.
questions here? So understood, right? Why capital?
Naveen garu,
Sir,
if a person is going to invest an amount in a business,
correct.
and if the PAN is only one, he has his own PAN number,
Okay.
and for the business also he is going to introduce the same PAN number.
No problem.
Then in income tax, whether we are going to file separate for the organization and for a
No,
proprietor.
it is considered as a sole proprietorship firm.
Then there we are going to consider business and a person in one way only.
The income tax, whatever you are paying it will be mentioned as a business only.
No, here
Yeah.
you said that organization is different and the proprietor.
As
is
per,
different.
see here again, I'm telling you again, just make a clarity. See, whatever tax you are paying, normally your business is registered business.
Yes.
See, so for example, if you are not making a difference, for example, I'll tell you, if you are not making difference between your business accounts and your personal accounts. For example, we are paying rents for business. You're staying in two different ones. Whatever house you are staying, that is a let out house. Nothing but you have taken a rent. And wherever you are running the business, that is also taken a flat or something. You have taken for rent only. And for your personal, whatever you are using for your personal domestic thing, for your family and you are paying a rent of 25,000. and whatever building you have taken for your office for rent, so you are making a payment of 10,000, right? So what is if you combined both and your kids' fees, you are paying it, right? If you combine both, you don't understand at the end, clear, whether your business is running in profit or loss. If you combine your domestic expenses, domestic incomes along with the business expenses and business incomes, if you club together, is it possible to know whether your business is running in profit or loss?
Correct.
Understood what I'm saying? So that's the reason what I'm saying, business and owner is separate. So if you want to know accurate business, whether your business is running in profit or loss, then you need to maintain a separate accounts of your business separately and your accounts separately. When you are doing a business account, you need to consider yourself as a business. When you are maintaining your accounts, your personal accounts, then at that particular time, you need to consider the same person what you are. If you club together, then you won't understand. It's showing it as a loss. You don't understand at the end whether your business is in loss or your personal life is in loss.
Perfect situation of the business.
Sorry?
Means the situation, status of the business, if we are going to involve both proprietor and owner.
Separate.
Organization, we are
Yes.
not going to understand the status of the business.
Status we don't understand, right? If we club together.
Okay, I got it.
That's the reason. Okay. Right. So that's the reason capital is considered as a liability to the business. Okay. And same time, I would like to just go with the other part. Transaction means, as I said, that event, something which we do, purchase or sale or payments or receipt. Okay. Then whatever we are going to do, if it is involved cash, money or money's worth, then that is considered as a transaction. Okay. One more thing I'll tell. The most important thing, expense. Next to terminology, why I'm in the sense, I would like to show you this purchases account. Expense. What do you mean by expense? What is an expense? Hello. What is an expense?
Loss.
Sorry?
Expense is
Cost.
What do you mean by cost? What is the difference between cost and an expense?
The extra amount apart from the, business investments which we incur in day to day.
Sorry. Can you please come again?
The cost which we incur while doing the business for miscellaneous, such kind of miscellaneous expenses are called as cost to the business.
Okay. Then
like
what
electricity.
Okay. What do you mean by
transport?
Loss? Okay, got it. Perfect. What do you mean by loss?
Where we don't generate profit.
Profit opposite is loss, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between expense and loss then? I'm not asking what is the difference between loss and profit or profit and loss. I'm asking what is the difference between expense and loss?
Expense means, so for example, we are paying the rent, we are paying the utility bills, those are expenses.
Okay.
So when we are doing the loss means something we have done. I mean, some business we have done and we got whatever the end we have invested 10,000 amount, and from which we got the profit of, got the return back amount of 8,000. So that is considered the loss.
Perfect. But in other words, I'll tell you clarity. Your expense can be turned into loss. Is there any possibility?
No.
Perfect.
Expense is not a loss.
No, it is a loss. Expense is nothing but whatever amount, careful this. So try to understand this. Whatever amount we invested, if we are getting some return benefit, sorry, typing problem, some return benefit, then it is considered as an expense. Understood? Whatever amount we are spending, it's immaterial. Okay. And if we are getting a return benefit, then that is considered as an expense. For example, you are paying a rent. Why you will pay rent? House rent? Why we will pay?
We are living.
We are living. So we are getting a return benefit. Then that is considered as an expense. For example, you are paying some fees to this particular course, right? Is it an expense or loss?
It's an expense.
Expense.
I'll say majority it's loss. Why? In the sense, if you are getting a return benefit, then only it is an expense. But if people feels that I'm not getting any return benefit, so what is loss here? Opposite to this. Whatever amount we are investing, if we are not getting any return benefit, is considered as a loss. So here, same thing. You are paying a rent, but you are not living, you're not going to live in that house since long time, but you're still paying a rent. For example, in COVID times, majority colleges, institutes, they took it because there was no offline classes and they have a rented building. They're paying it, but they're not using at all. Then is it an expense or a loss?
Loss.
Understood everyone now? So don't go with this whatever. It's a simple example, simple this one. What do you mean expense? If we are spending something and if we are getting a return benefit, then that is considered as an expense. If we are spending the amount and we are not getting any returns, then that is considered as a loss. You can decide here. If I ask same thing, the course fee, if you feel someone feels that we are getting some return benefit, then it is an expense for them. Someone feels that we are not getting any return benefit, then for them it is a loss. Anything that could be. See here, you went to a restaurant, you order a food, right? And you like it, then that bill is considered as an expense. You ordered a food and you didn't like it, but still you paid it, then that is considered as a loss. Understood? That is the difference between an expense and a loss. Any questions here? Any questions?
No.
Clear? So next one. Sorry. So next concept. Many concepts are there, but still one after the other we'll try to cover. But here, if we don't understand this, then we won't judge our journal entries. So same thing, purchases. You have a confusion. I asked it's a trade, why it is showing on a trading profit and loss account. Why can't it will be a balance sheet? So now you understood what is expense and loss.
Got it.
Yeah. Price. Sorry. Okay, what is price? It's not accounting terminology, even though I'm asking. It's an economic terminology. What is price? You heard about it, right?
The value of the product.
The value of a product.
Product.
Or can I call it as in cost of the product?
Yes.
Can I call it as in cost of the product?
That
Yes.
would be landing cost.
Sorry?
Cost of the product or value of the product.
No, I'm asking, can I call it as a cost of the product? If we ask, right, what is the cost of this product?
Yes.
Can we call it?
Yes.
Absolutely not. Price is nothing but what you said. The value of a product expressed in terms of money or money's worth. Value in the sense, what does it includes? The value of the product, I said, the value of the product. Value of the product is nothing but, price is nothing but your cost plus, see, you are manufacturing a product for 10 rupees. Will you ready to release that product at 10 rupees only? Will you ready to release the product at 10 rupees? Because you're
No.
spending 10 rupees for to manufacture that particular product. You're ready to release at 10 rupees, or you will add something,
Profit.
some value, right? So
Value,
profit. Cost plus profit is equals to your price. Right? So here, what do you mean by cost? Whatever amount to produce we are spending, that is considered as a cost.
Yes.
That is considered as a cost. So here, we use the term called revenue. What do you mean by revenue?
Income.
Income, correct? Revenue means income. Revenue and profit is one and the same. Profit. Revenue and profits are one and the same.
No.
No.
No, no.
Why? See here, for example, why I took this price in the sense, for example, I am producing every time 10 pens. For the pens I'm taking 10 rupees each product I'm spending. So what is my total cost?
20.
100
10.
rupees, right? Total 100 rupees, right? And I'm selling each pen at 15 rupees. Each pen at my selling price is 15. So what would be my amount? Total amount I'm going to receive?
15 rupees.
150. Right?
150.
So here, what is my profit in this?
50.
50.
50 rupees.
So here, revenue is nothing but 150 and your profit is nothing but 50 rupees. Means your revenue, your income includes either profit or loss, anything it could be. Whatever total amount at the end we are going to receive, that is considered as in revenue. Okay, for example, I am producing 10 pens at 10 rupees only. Okay, total cost is 100, but unfortunately due to COVID, I need to sell all these pens at 8 each. So what would be the cost? Total amount I'm going to receive?
80.
80 rupees.
Cost is 80 rupees.
Not cost. Cost is 10 rupees only. No decrease in the cost. I have produced a pen at 10 rupees only. But due to COVID or some other circumstances, I was not able to sell this product, not even at 10 rupees. Not even at cost price.
It is loss.
Less than that, I need to pay. So what is my revenue in this month?
It's minus 20.
No. What is, I'm not asking profit. What is my revenue this month?
Revenue is 80.
80, right? That is 80. But whether I am running in profit or loss?
Loss.
Loss only, right? What is the loss I'm
20.
getting here? 20 rupees. Clear? Understood that the terminology revenue or income is nothing but whatever total amount the firm receives, then that is considered as a revenue. So revenue may include your profit or loss, anything. Revenue means not always includes the profit. No, the total amount
sales.
we receive, total
Sales is revenue, correct?
Correct. So total amount, whatever we receive, that is considered as a revenue or income. Clear? Same thing, profit in the sense, same thing. Whatever additional amount on cost we are going to get, whatever additional amount on cost price we are going to get on cost, then that is considered as a profit. That is considered as a profit. Next one.
Sir, one moment. Sir, can you tell me what the definition of profit, whatever additional amount?
Whatever additional amount we are going to get on cost, additional amount we are going to get on cost. On cost is nothing but your profit. Fine?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So here again, the concept, we are into the concept. What do you mean by goods? How can you differentiate the given one is a good or an asset? I am saying computer. Is it a good or an asset?
Sir.
How can you say that?
If it is used for resale, then it is called as goods.
Perfect.
Or if it is used for business as an asset, fixed asset, then it is fixed asset only.
See here, simple terminology.
Usage. It is
what
for,
is-
if
yeah,
it is for
perfect,
usage,
sir.
then it is asset,
Perfect.
fixed asset.
Yeah, not fixed asset. I'll tell you what is that. Okay, so simple terminology. How can you see, as I said, that the above first concept, purchased goods for cash, right? Why purchases has been showing on trading account. If you understand this concept, then definitely you will understand that. Why goods? What do you mean by goods? So something which we purchase with the intention of resale, then they are considered as an assets, sorry, goods. Something which we purchase for resale purpose, then those are considered as a goods. In other words, in other way, something which we purchase to retain or for business use, then those are considered as an asset. Here again, I'm reiterating what is the difference between goods and assets. Goods are nothing but which are purchased for resale, then that is considered as goods. Same time, what do you mean by an asset? Something which we purchase with not intention of resale, for business use we have purchased, for the usage of business we purchased, then that is considered as an asset. For example, I took one example right here, computer. Is it an asset or a business? Is it a good or a asset for the business? How we can understand? In the sense, for example, I am doing, my client is an electronic client, Tirumala Electronics or Bajaj Electronics. Right? Bajaj Electronics has purchased computers or computer. So what is their business actually? What is their business?
Yes.
Sorry?
They are into electronic traders.
They are in electronic. What they will do, they will buy the computers and they will sell the computers. They buy the refrigerators, they will sell the refrigerator. They purchase the color televisions and they will sell the televisions.
Yes.
Right? So for them, computers, whatever computer, is it a good or an asset?
It's good.
Everyone accepts.
Yes, sir.
For them,
Asset
for
is
Bajaj,
an asset is a computer is an asset.
sorry,
If you are purchasing it for the business, that is an asset. Computer is
I
an
It is
said,
asset.
for the,
see, yaar,
it
I
is-
didn't mention, yes. You need to understand by looking at the nature of the business.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Right? What is the nature of the business of Bajaj Electronics?
They will purchase goods
Traders.
and resell.
They purchase computers and they will resell. So for them, for Bajaj Electronics, whatever computer they
It is a
purchase,
good.
is it good or an asset? Just tell me that.
Goods.
Right? Same thing, the same computer purchased by Lipakshi Furnitures. The same computer.
Is it asset?
For Lipakshi Furniture, is it a good or an asset?
It's an asset.
No, I'm expecting from others.
Pardon?
Sorry?
It's an asset only. Asset.
It's an asset. Everyone accepts. Is it an asset for Lipakshi Furniture? Yes, no. Hope I'm audible to everyone, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right. If I say same thing, table. For Bajaj Electronics, they have purchased a table. For Bajaj Electronic, is it an asset or a good? For Bajaj Electronics.
Goods.
Goods, because is it good for Bajaj Electronics tables?
It's an asset, sir.
Because their business is not a buying and selling of tables, right? Their business is dealing in electronic goods, not furniture. For Bajaj Electronics, it will become a good. And Bajaj Electronic computers will become Sorry. Sorry, I'm wrong. Here it's a goods for Bajaj Electronics and table is an asset for
Bajaj Electronics.
Bajaj Electronics. Yes. Everyone accepts this or not? Say at least yes.
Yes,
Or
yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
right. So for Lipakshi furniture, how about computer?
Asset.
Right. Computer is an asset to Lipakshi furniture because Lipakshi furniture business is not a buying and selling of electronics. Their business is buying and selling of furniture. So if we are purchasing a computer in the sense for they want to use it for office use, to record some transactions or something else. So for Lipakshi furniture, computer is an asset. When it comes to Lipakshi furniture table,
It's a goods.
it's a goods. Clear? So in accounts, whatever, whenever, again, I am coming to here. So in accounts, whenever we are purchasing, so first we will see what kind of business they are doing, right? For example, our dealer is Bajaj Electronics. For example, our client is Bajaj Electronics. He has done two things. One is purchased computer for 1,50,000. Next transactions they have done, purchased car, or same, I'll say right, sofa set for 1 lakh. Clear? So we are, who is our dealer? Who is our client? Who is our client?
Bajaj Finance is
Bajaj Electronics.
Electronics is a vendor.
Not vendor, client, our client is. So we are implementing SAP for Bajaj Electronics, right? So what is the journal entry we will write for purchased computer? For cash. What is the journal entry you will write for this?
Purchase to cash.
Sorry?
Purchase account debit to cash account.
Why purchases? We have a computer right here.
Computer
It's
account debit to
purchase.
cash account.
Sorry?
Computer's account debit to cash account.
So for Bajaj Electronics, is it good or an asset?
Asset, fixed assets purchase.
No, sir. It is for goods. It's a goods. Purchase account debit to cash account only.
See, Bajaj Electronics, again, I'm reiterating. What is the nature of the business of Bajaj Electronics?
They deal with television, electronics
They-
products.
Sorry?
They deal with electronic products.
So is it an electronic product or not?
Electronic product.
So electronic
So it is-
product for
So it
Bajaj,
is purchases.
electronic product for Bajaj Electronic, is it good or an asset?
Good.
Yeah, some other person said it's.
Goods involved debit to cash account, correct?
No, I'm just let me, the other person need to answer. Yes, sir. Did you understood this? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
What is entry you will write? Something you say, just whether it's right or wrong, it's okay, no problem. Hello,
Yes.
Raj, what is the transaction journal entry for this?
Sorry, Naveen. Which journal entry?
I'm having only two.
Purchase account debit to cash account credits.
Purchase account debited
Purchase
to-
computer for cash. Okay, purchases to cash.
Why purchases? Why not computer?
No, it is a goods,
budget-
right? It is purchased for resale purpose. So
For
naturally it is
resale
purchased.
purpose. So whenever something we purchased goods, then we will mention it as a purchases. For Bajaj Electronics, whatever computers they purchase, not for business use. Their business is buying and selling of electronic goods. So they want to sell this computer, not they won't use it. So purchases account, whenever goods are involved, we call it as in purchases. If we are selling goods, then we will call them as in sales. So purchases account debited to cash account. Clear? And here, the same question applicable. Purchases sofa set, Bajaj Electronics. What is the journal entry?
Sofa set account debit.
Sofa account
Because
to
their
cash
business
account.
is not, it's their business is electronic, but here this is furniture. So furniture will become
Debit.
furniture
Asset.
will become an asset to the business. So whenever is an asset name is given, we need to take as an asset. Okay, so you can call it as an sofa set or furniture account debited
Cash account credited.
to cash. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right? Why we are purchasing the goods here?
For resale.
For resale. So something which we are investing for return, expecting a return benefit. What is that?
That is income.
Expense.
That is?
Expense.
So purchase is an?
Expense, direct expense.
Purchase is an expense. Purchases are expenses. And sales? Incomes, right? Or revenues, right?
Yes.
So here, now you understood, as I said, the first one, purchase goods for cash. Why you are showing in trading profit and loss account? Why not it as in balance sheet? Why? Because
it is for trading.
Balance
It
sheet
is for
deals with-
resale.
let me finish. Balance sheet deals with assets and liabilities. But here purchase goods are not an asset nor a liability. Purchases goods are nothing but it's an expense to the business. And again, we have a different types of expenses, direct and indirect. I'll talk later that. But purchase is an expense. So does it fall in balance sheet? Does it fall in balance sheet?
Purchase, it is an expense to the business.
I'm asking a simple question. Does it
It
fall in
doesn't.
balance sheet?
No.
Simple answer I want. Yes or no?
No.
No.
Right? So expenses fall in trading profit and loss account. Expenses deals with which account?
Nominal.
Nominal. So trading profit and loss account deals with which account?
Nominal.
Nominal account. So that's the reason purchases will shown in trading profit and loss account, not on asset side, even though goods are coming in. Why purchases are considering, why we are not showing in the balance sheet? Because purchase means something which we purchase for resale purpose, not we are going to keep with us. So that's the reason it is considered as an expense. Why it is considered as an expense? Because at the time of purchase, we are expecting some return benefit. Clear immediately. That's the reason we are considering it as an expense and it comes under a nominal account. So that's the reason these purchases we are going to show in trading profit and loss account on the debit side, not on the asset side of the balance sheet. This is clear.
Okay.
So
clear, everyone?
Okay. So expenses are considered as nominal, and all the trading and it is stated.
Sorry.
Expenses are considered as nominal. Okay. So we are dealing it with trading and profit and loss account. Okay, not to balance sheet. But how we will segregate this expense to trading or profit and loss account?
How many types of expenses?
Direct and indirect expenses.
What do you mean by direct expenses?
Direct means it is the raw material.
For resale.
One second. Only raw material is a direct expense? What do you mean by direct expense? What is the difference between direct expense and indirect expense?
profit.
No, not exactly.
Expenses starting from procuring the raw material till to the godown. What and all expenses are related to the production activity or manufacture. Those are direct expenses. I guess.
And
From godown till it reaches the customer. What and all expenses are there? Those are indirect expenses.
right. See, what do you mean by, first you need to understand the concept, then we can segregate it. What do you mean by direct expenses and indirect expenses? In the sense, the expenses which are incurred at the time of purchase of raw material, okay, to reach till go down, whatever he said, till reach go down, or all the manufacturing expenses, all the production expenses, all the factory expenses are considered as a direct expenses. Clear? So here when I said purchased goods, in the sense you will purchase one hand and you will immediately won't send, right? You are purchasing, for example, some goods from Chennai, right? You will get the goods from Chennai. It won't come free of cost, right? You need to pay for transportation, right? You need to pay for carriage, and you need to store your go down. So you need to pay go down rent, right? So all those expenses are considered. The simple terminology, what do you mean by direct expenses? The expenses which are incurred at the time of production of goods or procurement of goods to reach till it reaches to go down, or all the manufacturing expenses, or all the factory expenses.
Naveen, can you just go a little slow? We will write this direct expense.
You want to write?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The direct expense which are considered as
direct expenses are those expenses. The direct expenses are those expenses which are incurred at the time of manufacturing of goods or at the time of procurement of raw material or goods, at the time of procurement of raw material or goods, and all the factory expenses are considered, all the factory expenses are considered as direct expenses. All the factory expenses are considered as direct expenses. And all the direct expenses will be debited in trading account, to trading account. In other words, indirect expenses all office expenses selling and distribution expenses, administrative expenses, financial expenses, management expenses are considered as indirect expenses. And all indirect expenses will be shown on the debit side of profit and loss account. Debit side of profit and loss account. Debit side of profit and loss account. Understood now? How you need to segregate? So purchase of raw material, is it direct expense or indirect expense?
It is an indirect expense.
Indirect.
Direct.
Where you will show?
Debit side.
Which
Trading,
debit side?
trading.
Which credit you will show?
Debit side of trading account.
Trading account. Okay, perfect. Clear? Any other questions?
Said that you said that you were explaining about debt. DR is there, no? Why it is given?
No,
as
that
DR?
I need answer from your end, or else next week's session I'll explain wherever we find. Fine. Any other question?
Sir, can you tell me the one-liner definition of cost?
Sorry?
Definition of cost.
Cost, the amount
The amount
which is incurred.
Okay.
The amount which is incurred at the time of production of goods or services. At the time of production of goods or services is considered as a cost.
So Naveen, what we will consider as a credit side of trading account and profit and loss.
It's opposite, right? What you will consider when you are what is your nominal account rule?
It has to be total.
What is a nominal account rule? Debit all expenses and losses. What is
gains and
right? All
profits and gains.
Direct incomes you will consider it as on credit side of trading account. Indirect incomes you will show on the P&L account credit side.
Examples.
Sorry?
No, I'm asking in the example.
Total gross sales. I think you have done your trading account, right? What you will show on the credit side of trading account?
Sales returns, everything will come on.
Cost of goods to sales on the debit side, and sales will be on the credit side. Plus closing stock.
Closing stock. And discounts.
That will be P&L account, financial expenses, those are.
Cash discount and sales, trade discounts, everything will come. Sir.
Total gross sales and closing stock and cost of sales.
Cost of goods sold. Means to sell the goods, whatever cost we incurred. To sell some goods, we will incur some cost. So that all cost we call it as a cost of goods sold. Minus sales plus closing stock. Sales plus closing stock minus cost of goods sold. Clear? Any questions?
No, sir.
Oh, sorry, sales of goods.
Right. Okay.
Sales of goods minus cost of goods. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Just try to remember, then next you can put your own notes. So what happens is, at least if I say now, definitely next week you will forget this, because any number of times we have repeated in our transactions. GL module, you are doing a APAR module right now. First try to analyze it, then it would be used, and next put your own words, then that would be easy for you to, you won't forget. Never, again I can say that. Okay, so the concept called debtor. Debtors. Who is a debtor? Sundry debtors.
Accounts payable.
Accounts payable. Debtors.
Who is able for the business?
Sorry?
Debtors
Their customers who are involved in credit transactions.
One voice, please. One voice, please.
Who the person who owes money to the business?
Is it accounts payable or accounts receivable? Somebody said accounts payable.
Accounts payable.
Accounts payable.
Yes, receivable. Customers.
Both we have accounts payable or accounts receivable. Either one.
Sunday debtors is an accounts payable. Sunday debtors is accounts payable.
You are working as an accounts
receivable. Accounts receivable. Customer.
Yes, man, you are working for accounts payable. You all, if you say debtor is an accounts payable, it's a blunder.
It is really receivable.
Creditors What do you mean by accounts payable?
We are paying business money to the suppliers.
Correct. So who
Third
is
party.
debtor? Yeah, who is a debtor?
Business.
He is the customer.
The amount receivable from the
Customer for the
Okay.
business.
So he is an AR or AP?
Okay. Yeah.
Then how can you say it's an AP? Debtor is nothing but who owes something in the sense money or money's worth, something to the business. Means who need to pay us. In other words, who need to pay us in the sense business. Don't take here us in the sense personal. Who need to pay us is nothing but a debtor.
This money is worth, no?
Money or money's worth.
Okay.
Who is a creditor to whom
Business
he
is
owes. We in the sense business or company.
Organization is liable.
Here for creditor. To whom we owes, that person is considered as a creditor. Clear? This from whom we need to receive, it is nothing but we are not receiving right now, we are going to receive in future. That's the reason we call it as an receivables. We are not going to pay. Here we need to pay. We are not going to pay right now. We are going to pay in future. So that's the reason we call it as an payables. Account is nothing but ledger account. Debtor is one ledger. So that's the reason we call it as an accounts receivable. Accounts payable. Accounts is nothing but few ledger accounts we need to payable. From few ledger accounts we need to receive the amount. That's the reason we call it as an accounts receivables and accounts payables. What do you mean by sundry debtors and sundry creditors?
More than one debtors are called as sundry debtors.
Nothing but in the business, day-to-day business, we won't buy from one creditor. We won't sell to one customer. Number of customers we will sell the goods or sell the services, and number of suppliers we will purchase the goods or services. So in our balance sheet, our trial balance, we can't show all the creditors and all the debtors in our statements, financial statement. What we will do, we will total how much amount we are liable to pay our creditors. We will club together all the liabilities of creditors. We will club together and we will show as a one amount, 10 lakhs, for example. Then we will club, is it one person amount or we need to pay number of creditors? This 10 lakhs.
Sorry, can you repeat, sir?
See, for example, I have purchased with 100 creditors. 100 creditors, I have purchased goods and services. And all the 100 creditors, I am liable to pay total 10 lakhs for this year. So this 10 lakhs, is it belongs to one creditor or number of creditors?
Number of creditors.
It's not one person. So if I am taking only one person, if we taken services from only person, then we can call it as a debtor or creditor, only creditor, right? But if it is a group we have taken, then we will call them as a sundry debtor, nothing but a group of debtors or group of creditors. Group of debtors, group of creditors.
Yes.
Clear? Any questions? Understood? What do you mean by debtor? What do you mean by sundry debtor? What do you mean by creditor? Sundry creditors.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? Sundry is nothing but a group. Sundry expenses, we call it as in nothing but your petty expenses or a group of expenses. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
that's it for today. What we will do is we will just go through this. I'll share among the groups this particular sheet. So go through once again. I hope everybody knows this, but again, I'm reiterating. So next, I'll update when we have our accounting session. Till that, you just go through this. Whenever you have any issue in this, just let me know. Clear? Or discuss. Just let me know. Clear? And again, next sessions, we are going to see in-depth, a little bit advanced one.
Yeah, so when we will be having the entries like end
Very
this
soon,
kind of
very soon.
GL kind of overview on how
If
the
you know
entities
this,
will
then
be-
only you will do that.
Yes,
If
yes.
you don't know this, then you can't do that. That's the reason I'm telling you. First, try to, because if you feel that you are perfect, then definitely I'll take a session tomorrow only. At least extra session.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But from your end, what you are doing is important.
Okay.
I can finish off everything within half an hour or 45 minutes.
Okay.
Naveen garu,
Yes, sir.
you're going to share this video
Yeah,
also now?
I'm sharing. I'm going to share this.
Thank you.
And even we need to get other recordings also.
Sorry.
9th, 15th and 9th, 15th and 9th.
Yeah, I remember, but I'm not able
Yes.
to share it personally. That's the reason it was in hold right now. But today or tomorrow, I'll share those. Yesterday's and last week, Sunday or Saturday session.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday session. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll share that.
Okay.
Naveen
Thank
garu,
you. Yes, sir.
anyone from Karnataka?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay, thank you all.
So Naveen,
Thank
one more thing. Sorry. So in the interview when we are facing the consultant interview, they will ask these kind of questions also apart from configurations, setting
See,
up
I
and
made
all.
it very clear in the beginning itself. So 100% consultant was for consultant point of view, they won't ask these questions. But when you go to the client place, definitely you need to understand the business process. So definitely they will check, the customer will check your knowledge. So at that particular point of time, there is a 100% chance you are going to get these kind of questions.
Okay.
I made it very clear in the beginning itself. In interview point of view, probably you won't get these questions. But when you visit a client place, definitely, because he was working on a tally, now they are migrating to SAP. So definitely they will have a core accounting knowledge who is working as an accountant. Definitely they will have a core accounting knowledge, and they will try to pull your legs in accounting. They want to check your knowledge. And if you fail there, then definitely you will go back and you will sit on the bench.
Oh my God.
That is the only thing.
Yes, Naveen. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Nothing.
Thank you, sir.
So we have
Thank
session
you.
at 2:30, sir, today.
So
Sorry?
when we will have the another
I
accounting
can't
class,
say now. I can't. I'll update you, but that's it.
Oh,
Yeah, Muthu, you're asking something.
So do we have 2:30 session today, sir?
Today 2:30 session we have. We'll continue that.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Naveen.
Thank you.